By AD 600, the area that we're in right now, the Central Mesa Verde area, was colonized by farmers intensively growing maize, and maize or corn probably constituted about 60 to 70% of their diet, meaning that if we wanted to understand why households were located where they were in prehistoric times, we needed to understand where corn could be successfully grown. In this area of southwestern Colorado, which is where we first began to try and understand how to retrodict maize production back into time, we are blessed with many things. One is that we have a complete mapping of the soils in this area. The second is that, of course, we have good weather records going back to the 1920s. And the third is that we have a marvelous series of maize production, corn production from 1930 to 1960. But using the weather records, we can understand why it is that some years from 1930 to 1960 produced bumper crops and other years had very low production. Then we are able to reconstruct the climates using tree rings that were responsible for those bumper crops or for that low production and extend those back into prehistory. We also know, of course, where the soils were because the soils haven't moved. The net result of all this is that for every square on an imaginary landscape in a computer, for every 200 meter by 200 meter square, we can estimate the amount of maize that could have been produced there if it was being farmed from AD 600 to AD 1280.
We simulate agricultural yield, or how much corn people could have made, in order to try and understand the potential for thriving in this environment. We also want to know how people doing agriculture might have been influencing those environments in which they were doing it. So if you're clearing a field so that you can plant a bunch of corn, then you're actually killing trees, you're getting rid of some habitat for other animals that might be important to you, for deers, for rabbits and hares, and you're affecting soils in such a way that it might make it hard for you to do corn agriculture for a very long period of time.